We're in the era of building brands on social media, and if you're either a business owner, influencer, or you just want to build a following and become #famous, I'm gonna show you how to build the most influential personal brand on Instagram going into the new year. And the reason why personal branding is so important, especially in today's day and age, is because there are so many people online, on Google, on social media, telling you certain things, but people don't know who to listen to and who not to listen to. So when you have a personal brand around your industry, something that you want to be known for, your credibility goes out the roof and you attract so many more followers and so many more buyers and clients because they know you for your personal brand. Now, I've had my brand online for years now because I got started when I was 19 in university. I'm 27 years old now, and I know a thing or two about personal branding. And my personal brand has allowed me to get featured in NBC, Fox, ABC, TEDx, Forbes for everything that I teach all around building a personal brand online. So let's get into it. If you guys don't know me, my name is SABAH Ali, and my entire mission is to help you build the most unforgettable life by being your own boss. And in today's video, let's go through like the top 5 principles that you need to do ASAP if you want to build a very influential brand on Instagram. Number 1, you need to become very clear in what you are helping people with. Now, the question people usually ask is, what can I do to become famous? But that can be a very wrong answer because too many times I see people build brands around things that they see their influencers or celebrities that they look up to, but that's not something they're actually passionate about. Thus, when they start to create video and show up on social media, there's like a disconnect between them and the brand that they're trying to build. So I always say, ask yourself, what do you want to help people with? And from there, you can build your brand. And if you're like, I don't know exactly what I can help people with, think about things that maybe your friends, your family, people even on social media ask you for advice on. Now, to me, prior to me helping businesses, influencers, and other people build a very profitable brand on social media and get clients, I used to help people with their confidence and really just putting themselves out there and getting outside of their comfort zone. So as you start to think about what can I help people with, even if you already have a business, get super clear on that. So if you help people with losing weight, get more specific, get more niche. Who are you actually helping lose that weight? Is it mothers? Is it kids? Is it grandpas? Is it athletes? Is it teachers? Like, who are you actually helping? Get more specific and niche, because as you start to create content on social media, guess what? That specific person will start to follow you versus them maybe just following someone random who's like, oh, I'm gonna help you lose like 20 pounds this week without actually giving them any specifics on why they should be listening to them. So after you get clear on what you want to help people with, this automatically goes into number 2, which is getting clear in your brand message. Now, your brand message is going to show up in your bio on Instagram, and usually it's like the first line that you want to have, because guess what? People are selfish. They do not care about you until they actually get to know you. So if they come across your content on Instagram, they tap on your profile and it says like dog lover, they're like, oh, like that has nothing to do with me. I help pet owners become more connected to their emotional support animal. Now we're talking. That person is actually gonna wanna follow you. So when you're coming up with your brand message, once again, get clear in who you're helping and the outcome and end result you're helping people with. Now, the template that I always love to tell people to use, I tell my clients to use this, people in my membership to use this, is I help ideal client get X. Now, of course, you don't have a million characters and a million words that you can put in your Instagram bio. So you want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. So for example, it can be, I help men become more confident in asking girls out on a date. We know exactly who it's for, and we know exactly the outcome that you're helping people with. So comment below and let me know what your brand message is, and I will actually respond back to every single one, tweak it if it needs to be, or give you a thumbs up to update it on your Instagram. So after you know what you're helping people with, what your brand message is, the third thing that you want to get clarity on is your beliefs and what you stand for. A lot of people don't actually talk about this, but this is how a real personal brand is formed, molded, and grows over time. The reason why people follow you is because of how you make them feel. If you have very strong beliefs, personality, and perspective on certain situations, guess what? People actually follow you because they're either A, relate to you, or B, connect with you in that specific value, or once again, belief. So for me, I'm a business mentor. Once again, I help people build powerful and profitable brands on social media and get clients every single day. One of my values and beliefs is you cannot build a brand and a business if you don't actually work hard for it. I'm disciplined. I believe in hard work ethic. I'm not telling people that you can build a massive brand overnight because that is just not possible. So I will attract people who also agree with that value, belief, and perspective, and repel people that are like, oh, I'm lazy and I don't want to do the work. And this is where you cannot please every single person on social media. And this is where I see a lot of people mistake and go too broad with their messaging and never really actually get niche enough because they fear, oh, what if people don't agree with me? But guess what? You already have your values. You already know what you believe in. You already know what you want to stand for. So don't be afraid to start posting that, putting that out there on social media. And to make it easier, even just make a list on your phone, on like your laptop, write it down of all the values that you believe in, your beliefs, and what makes you actually stand out in your industry. And this perfectly leads into number 4, which is creating consistent content every single day on Instagram. You cannot build a brand if you are not visible and people don't know who you are. I want you to make a commitment right now in the comments telling you, telling me, telling the community here on YouTube that I am going to commit to posting every single day on Instagram this year because I am meant to build an influential and massive brand that can impact and help millions of people. Pause this video right now, drop a comment below, and commit and claim that for yourself. Because I will tell you, in the beginning, when I started to build my personal brand on Instagram, I did not know what the hell I was doing, right? I was posting, I would get a like here, a comment there, a share from my family and my friends. But over time, I started to realize why people start to watch, why they liked, why they shared, why they followed, and I started to tweak and I started to refine it. And that just made me even more confident on posting on social media. And I'll even give you a little bit of a bonus. One of the best type of content that works right now on Instagram is Reels. If you're not posting Reels, you're just delaying your growth of building a personal brand on Instagram. Reels are the only way that you can get exposed in front of hundreds of thousands of people because Instagram is actually pushing it out there. And there's 3 major type of reels that you can create. One, which is basically face to camera, exactly what I'm doing right here, just talking to camera, telling the audience about something specific, maybe that you learned, a story, or maybe once again, a belief that you have. Number 2, B-roll with text on it. And when I say B-roll, this is basically just video of you doing anything. So if I were to prop up my phone on a tripod right now, I could record myself of me recording myself doing a YouTube video, and I can use that as B-roll and then just add text on the screen and post that on Instagram. And the 3rd type of reel is even just answering questions. So people ask you a lot of questions on your specific like niche or industry, just start to create reels answering those questions. Now, the last and final way of how you are going to build the most influential personal brand on Instagram this year is my underrated strategy. Nobody tells you this. Nobody talks about this because of how well it works. Collaborations. The minute you collaborate with someone that's like in your industry or complementary to what you do, is the minute you get exposed to hundreds of thousands of people, because guess what? They have an audience, you have an audience. If you go live together on Instagram, their audience is going to get notified, your audience is going to get notified, and lo and behold, you will start to attract so many more followers just by going live with other people. I still do this till this day. I will interview a business owner or someone that I look up to on my Instagram, and suddenly I'll get so many followers, not just that day, but over time, because then you can post that like video or that interview on your feed and more people watch it and start to follow you. And if you've never been live with someone on Instagram or interview them or just chat it, try it. It's actually so fun. And if you're like, oh, I'm afraid to interview someone that's like bigger in the industry, just start with someone small. Like start with a friend, start with someone that's like maybe your peer, and then work your way up. But I will tell you, don't be afraid to reach out to the big dogs. I remember when I was in college, I reached out to someone who has millions of followers, and they're like, yes, absolutely, interview me. And that one interview just like blew up my brand because I connected myself with that person. So don't be afraid to reach out. And heck, if you want to interview me, you want to go live with me, comment below and DM me on Instagram, and let's see if we can do an interview or a live together. It is not too late for you to build the most influential and powerful personal brand on Instagram this year, and I just laid out every single thing that you need to do to get started today and have a massive brand online. So that's all. If you guys love this video, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Until my next video, make sure that you stay unforgettable.